Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Ayana and today we have another hair video. But before we get into that, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, watching, sharing. I just want to tell you, I really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed already and you are on a healthy hair journey, a healthy body journey, summer is coming, ladies. Please subscribe now. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the video. You know how I do. Today's video is going to be all about the things that I did in order to grow my hair from shoulder length to mid-back in under a year. It took me about 10 months to do it, and you can too if you follow these tips. We're gonna get right into the tips, so stay tuned. So the first tip, and I think the most important tip, is I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, protective styles. I used a protective style during my 10-month stretch to grow my hair to mid-back, but ladies, I think that we are not keeping our protective styles in long enough. At a minimum, your protective style should be in for 3 months. Not 30 days, 3 months. If you take it out too early, it defeats the point. If you keep it in too long, you have a lot of buildup and then potential for more breakage. So I think 3 months is a really good medium place to begin with. That brings us right into point 2. When you take down your protective styles, you want to make sure you do a very good job at detangling. Baby your hair, okay? You have braids in, each braid detangle. You want to use something that is of an oil base, whether it's coconut oil. I mentioned in my products video, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it below. I mentioned a great dissolver of that buildup. It's a product by Head and Shoulders and it works miracles. I tell you, detangling, removing that buildup when you have protective styles, that is essential for retaining length. So that is point number 2. I made sure when I took down my protective styles, I was very, very gentle with my hair. Detangling was so important. After you take down your protective style, you put your relaxer in, you want to make sure that you are using a good conditioner to deep condition, something that's putting that moisture back in. Remember, your hair has been in this protective styles for months and it needs moisture. It needs to be softened. It needs to really kind of be nurtured and cared for once you finish taking down that protective style and putting in that perm. So I recommend doing a very long deep conditioning where you sit under the dry for at least 30 minutes to really soften and detangle. I use Shea Moisture. They have a really good mask that I love. It smells good, it feels good, my hair absorbs it, loves it. I mentioned it again in my products video. It's such a good product, but if you have a product that you love, a conditioner that agrees with your hair, then you want to use that, but just make sure that you keep it in long enough. Do not skip this step. That brings us right to our next thing, ladies. You want to avoid using heat as much as possible. Even now, and right now I'm just trying to maintain my hair length. I'm not trying to grow, but even now I only use heat on my hair once a month. Once a month. When I go to the hair salon, I let them roller set my hair and blow the roots out, not the ends. Ladies, I see them with that hot blow dryer and that brush at the ends of our hairs, blowing to try to get a little curl. They are blowing your ends away. Stop doing that. Let them blow the roots, roll your hair up with your finger and pin curl it to go, wrap it at night, and you'll have the same amount of body, light, and vitality that you have when they're blowing it with that brush, but you would have protected and saved your ends. If you are putting heat on the ends of your hair, you are doing yourself a disservice. You are not going to retain length. The ends are the weakest part of your hair. They are the oldest part of your hair. Probably the driest. I have color on my hair, so on top of perm I have color on the ends of my hair. So my ends they've been beat down, but I still have them. I've still managed to retain length. They still look healthy because I nourish them, I moisturize them, I deep condition them, and I do not put heat on them. So make sure you're not putting too much heat on your hair. Okay, that brings us right into our next point. Ladies, trim your hair if you need to. I see people who are holding onto their ends because they want to get that length, and I understand, but you are doing yourself a disservice. When your ends are split and damaged, they will split up the shaft of the hair, okay? And that's when you get that thin, stringy, long hair, but it's not healthy. So if you do not want to damage the rest of your hair, you have to cut it. And then once you cut it, you don't have to trim often. I trim my hair 2 times a year. I stretch my relaxers and I usually trim around the time that I relax, if not the exact time that I relax. So you don't have to trim often if your ends are healthy, but trim the unhealthy ends off. Another tip, something that I did to grow my hair that really made all the difference, is that I moisturize my hair excessively. When it was freshly styled, the week that I got it done at the salon, of course I didn't. I didn't want to weigh down my hair and mess up my style. However, when it was closer to wash time, I put castor oil, coconut oil. I really moisturized, kept my ends protected so I could retain that length, kept them moisturized, and then I also moisturized my scalp, and I would do scalp massage. Not long, maybe 3 minutes a day. Just really get the oils in and massage your scalp. It really makes a difference, believe it or not. You also want to make sure that the perms and the products that you are using agree with your hair. I use Optimum. This is the Defy Breakage regular pack. You want to make sure that whatever you're using, it agrees with your hair. Your hair is not breaking shortly after you put in your perm or your relaxer, because that could indicate that, one, the strength is too high. So if you're using a super, hair changes, especially as we age, it gets thinner. You may now need to go down to a regular, or you may need to change perms altogether. Listen to your hair, assess your hair, watch your hair. When you're combing, check to see if more hair is coming out, if your hair is breaking. Then decide what products you need to swap out and what you need to change in order to get your hair to a healthy state. I'm also going to give you another tip. And although many people say it, not a lot of people are doing it. I still see people going to bed without tying down their hair. If your hair is styled, wrap it around to maintain the style, but also to just keep it protected. After you wrap it, tie it, or put on a bonnet, but don't go to sleep just on your plain pillow. There's friction when you're sleeping, and that friction is breaking out your hair, okay? Just like when you have your hair in a ponytail, right? I keep my ponytails up in a bun. I keep it off my back because there's the same friction on your clothes. So I know we love to have our long ponytail hanging. We like to keep our hair down, but just recognize that when you're sitting on the chair, your jacket, especially if you have things like wool jackets, those things, the rubbing is all friction. When you are in a hair growing process, you have to sacrifice maybe beauty or appeal in order to protect your hair so that you see the growth. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Tie your hair down, wear it up whenever possible, just to reduce the amount of friction. Satin or silk scarves are best. Ladies, if you're like me and you like to put color in your hair, hold off on doing that while you're trying to grow your hair. I'm guilty of this. Right now I have light brown highlights in my hair. So I know what it is when you have that drive to like just change it up and do something different. But when you are you're trying to grow your hair, you really want to limit the amount of damage that you're doing, and coloring your hair is damaging your hair. Even if your hair is in a healthy state, it is going to have some damaging effects. And if you do color your hair, or you do notice that there's some breakage, treat your damage. Whether you use a hair repairing product, Olaplex #3 is a good hair repair product, or whether you are just moisturizing because of excessive dryness, you may experience that with coloring your hair. You want to treat the damage that you're noticing. Other than that, ladies, I'm telling you, if you protect your hair, baby those ends, keep your hair moisturized, keep your scalp moisturized, massage to get blood flowing, your hair will grow. You will retain the length, and you will see all the difference. I just remembered one of the most important things that people do not talk about, and that is you want to make sure, this is the secret right here, make sure that you are putting the right nutrients in your body. We have such shitty diets. We are eating fast food every day, soda all the time, high sugar, highly processed food. You need to have the right building blocks to grow healthy hair. If you are nutrient deficient, you're not going to do that. So whether it's taking supplementation, a multivitamin with biotin, folic acid, even collagen to promote a healthy scalp so your hair can grow, you really want to make sure you are getting the right nutrients in your body so that you can grow healthy hair. That is important, and nobody mentions it. So those are my tips. I hope that you found them helpful. Please comment below. Again, subscribe, and thank you. Like this video if you think it was great, if it was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.